Welcome back to another video. My name's Nathan Hartley, and today I'm going to share with you guys a variety of stocks that are going to be the next big disruptive stocks. Like many other stocks, for example Tesla, these stocks could 10 to 20x in the next decade. These stocks are in the medical industry that have not had any sort of disruption or any sort of innovation really in the past decade or even 20 years.
And no, this isn't a pipe dream.
Like Moderna, that is doing reactive medicine instead of proactive medicine. But thanks to this technology and a handful of companies, this technology is going to change very quickly. I expect this to be a 3 to 10 year long-term play. If you guys like the video, poke, tap, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel a lot, and it really helps me with YouTube to promote my channel. Well,
let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Now to get us started, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on what gene editing actually is. Researchers take a Cas9 nucleus, then pick a sequence to target the genes, like a gene that causes someone to be blind or a diabetic or many other genetic traits. They then use RNA, which is a single strand of DNA. This is used like a map. Scientists then use some of your blood cells, attach the single strand of RNA and Cas9 nucleuses, which attach to your DNA, find the sequence from its RNA roadmap, and changes the specific gene that's causing the outcome of blindness or any other trait, leaving the rest of your DNA alone. That corrected gene now replicates and you'll now not have that trait over time. So let's be clear, this stock is not an end-all cure-all stock, but it definitely has an opportunity to change the world. I'm going to share with you guys a few companies that are competing in this space, but I don't want to take too much time in your day, so I'm going to narrow it down to just one in specific that I like the most. Let me go ahead and play a video clip on kind of what they're working with. To keep this video short, I'm just going to go over CRISPR instead of all the other ones, which I might do in a future video. So if you guys want more information on the other ones, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. CRISPR is currently working and has a lot of success in the sickle cell area of their phase 1 and phase 2 trials. I'm going to go ahead and read an article for you and give you a brief overview of what's going on in those trials. There are early hints that another trial might meet with more success. CRISPR Therapeutics in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Vertex Pharmaceuticals in Boston, Massachusetts have treated 2 people with genetic disorders, sickle cell anemia and B thalassemia. I don't know how to say that. Both delete oxygen-carrying hemoglobin molecules in the blood. The idea is to use CRISPR to disable that gene that otherwise shuts off production of another form of hemoglobin. Early results suggest the treatment might have eased some symptoms of the disorders. And recognizing one of the participants in this study is Victoria Gray. She is a hero who is pioneering this trial on herself and has been symptom-free for nearly 4 months with no adverse effects and no pain. And if you think about it, about 95% of genetic diseases, including blindness, cancer, sickle cell, are mutations of the cells. And if we can fix those mutations, we can almost cure 95% of the diseases that you see in the world today. You can't just be a critique of a company based on their trials, you have to also look at their balance sheet. So let's go ahead and look at their balance sheet. In 2018, they had only $450 million on their balance sheet. Now today they have nearly $1 billion on their balance sheet, going ahead and increasing their position, increasing R&D, and making sure they're competitor for the next level. I think one of the most innovative hedge fund managers, Cathie Wood, has a strong point that this could be a $2 trillion industry, which is a massive opportunity for only one section of it, but it could be up to $6 trillion for another section of it. So let's see what Cathie Wood might have to say about the innovation of technology and how it's driving down the cost of this kind of gene research and gene therapy.
Technology usually brings with it good deflation. And so what we're seeing from DNA sequencing is costs falling about 30 to 40% per year. And we see the first human genome was sequenced for a cost of almost $3 billion and took 13 years of computing power. We're now down to, well, less than $1,000 per human genome in a day or so. And by 2021, we think we'll be at $100, so that DNA sequencing will become part of our annual physicals. And DNA sequencing will be able to identify where our genes have mutated and why we have certain kinds of diseases.
And back in 2013, the cost per gene to be edited was $5,500 and is now down to $30 or even less. One point that a lot of analysts do have about these companies is, since there's quite a few companies that are fighting in this space with current patent wars, think that that's going to be a limiting factor on which one you pick. But I, on the contrary, are seeing a lot of them work with each other and doing bilateral agreements so that they can both earn by sharing research, sharing knowledge, and innovating that much faster. Other ways that gene editing could change the world. Let's talk about Europe getting rid of GMO or genetically modified animals and plants. Now, these genetically modified animals and plants are using a very different process. But with this new Cas9 CRISPR technique, it offers a way for plants to grow in half the time and be fruitful in half the time. It means that salmon that would usually take 3 years to be able to spawn, you could breed and have them spawn in as little as 1.5 years. Not really changing a whole lot about them, but you can create multiple sources of quick renewable food in a controlled environment. This will have a dramatic effect on current and future food sources. A similar process that we do right now is called grafting. And grafting is taking the top of a tree, like a fruit tree, and taking a drought-resistant root base and combining the two so that this tree can grow in a drought-resistant environment. Now, this is something that we're doing that we could do in a massive scale, way quicker, way cheaper, with things like the Cas9 gene editing way. Now, our country may not be the only one affected by this right now, but in the years to come, this will be a growing problem that we can address with a simple solution like gene editing from one of many companies that I have listed. I really hope you guys have liked the video. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button and leaving a comment down below, it really helps out my channel, and I hope you guys invest safe.